Document is a mockup. Yeah, a mockup, an image we're gonna convert into CSS, HTML elements. And if first we're gonna create a document, yeah. Okay, and then you give it a name. My portfolio. Okay, so in this document, what we have first, what's the first element? The first element, H1 tag, a heading, which is an H1, right? So H1, welcome to my portfolio. Okay. And then the H1 tag is followed by, what element is this? HR. Yeah, it's an HR, a horizontal rule. Okay, horizontal rule. Yeah, and then it's followed by, yeah, it's an H2. Okay. This one is talking about this one, HR. Yeah, horizontal rule. Okay, HR. About me, H2. And then is followed the image first, okay? So an image, know what the tag? Image. SRC. Then images. Then I have my list. I mean, I don't have here the image, but I'm gonna use this one. It's kind of yeah, well, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. It's kind of big, but SRC, so SRC equals images, then image element PNG. Okay, then width, I'm gonna give it a, yeah, like we can give it like 200. Okay, and then we're gonna give it the alt. Do you know what alt text means? Alt. Yeah. My pick. Alt. It's like alternative text. If the browser does not find the image, it shows this. Okay. The height is automatically going to be given. Yeah. Width 200. And then the image is followed by, what tag is that? Okay, here is a trick. Here's a trick to write something like a P. Then we're gonna do this. We're gonna do lorem. Then we're gonna do 120, and then tab. Okay, Command Z. No, okay. So this is, you want a paragraph tag, and then within a paragraph you want a text. Write lorem. Then how many words you want? Well, let's say 23. 23. Small paragraph. 300 words. So, and then what's the element that follows the P tag or the P element? It's followed by an HR, and then we have an H2. You write just H2. H2 is my skills, this capital letter, followed by a list. So another list. What's the first element? A UL. And how many LIs we have there? So within UL, this is another way to shortcut. You're gonna write UL, and within my UL I want LI. How many? 5 times star 5. Okay, and within those I want some text. Lorem, I want just like 3 words. See? You just written everything. That's why I told you it takes you 5 minutes to do this. So we're gonna do Command Z. Okay. You can write the entire website in one big line of code. When the entire layout in one code, and everything is there. Okay. Yeah. So let's redo this. So we have an order list. So this is an order list. So which is UL, and then within UL, how many LI we have? Times 5, and then we need some text. Like let's say 4 words or something. No, yeah. Then lorem. This is a lorem ipsum. Lorem ipsum is a dummy text. If you go to the internet, you do loremipsum.com. It gives you dummy text. You copy and paste. But Image just does that for you. Yeah. So lorem, we want like 4 words. There we go. We got ourselves a list. Okay. Then followed by an HR. Yeah, you just this HR is gonna write it. No, it's it's up to you. Like it's if you close them, you have to all close. If you leave them open, just leave them open. Let's close it because we did that in there. Okay. Yeah. Then we have H2, and then contact info or contact me, and then HO we have we have the address. You know how this happens? There is a tag called address.
So we have something.
You can do it through the yeah, there is the address tag. See, address tag, then red line. Then we have 1, 2, 3 some at some street. Then if you want to go back here, what do you use? We use the break tag. Okay, and you break unit like dab, and then some state. Then we do a break, and then we go to the zip code, some number, and then we break because okay. And here we have cell. Then you're gonna write some number, and then email, some name at some domain. .com. Okay, and then we got, let's see here, so done. So let's save, Command S. So we're done with this. Like let's see how it's gonna show. You wanna go to my document here. Yeah, and title. I'm gonna go to practice. Practice 2. Okay, so this is the result. This is what it gave me, right? Yeah. Yeah, let me just show you. Let me make it large to show you something. So you see now, this is what we got. Okay, so you see, like, it just like spans the width, the entire width of the computer. But in the image, that's not what we have, right? Here you see it like it spans the entire window. But the image, let's, you see the image is kind of in the middle, right? So how can we achieve that?
Float that image, right?
Not a float, but let's go back to our editor.
That's the problem with the tenant. See, it gives me almost the same result, but that one different.
Did it give you what? Did you have the same result here? You see here is the default. You know, we did nothing. Like, it's easy. We go just step by step, and your HTML should be like this, default. No, it's we didn't do anything. Like, we just put that into HTML, but we have to style it. You see, like the image is up there, the paragraph, and some bunch of H tags.
Size it, you know, you can size it.
Yeah, but how can we bring, you know, how can we bring this image into the middle?
Well, size it. You get it.
But I taught you something about, you know, we saw something about divs, right? Mm-hmm.
Right.
A box.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
I thought that's what I did. And I did div. I put both of them in div. Picture or paragraph.
You have to put the entire document in a div. Well, let's see it here. So we said, like, elements, they can be within a div. A div is like a box. You put all your elements so that you can position it. You know, the positioning of it's gonna be easy. So we're gonna come here to the top of the body, and then we insert a division or a div. Then you can use as many as, but this is, we're gonna give it the ID of, here is when you use IDs, like ID of a wrap, okay, because it wraps a wrapper or like container, okay. Yeah, let's just give it, this makes sense, okay. Container, okay, container. Then we go down, we're gonna close our div here. See, that's why this is read. So, and then we do a div, okay, and then we're gonna indent here. So bring our div up, okay. So the entire page is within a div, okay. So now that it's within a div, we're gonna style it, okay. So we're gonna go to the head. Let's just go ahead and make it clear for the
Style.
yeah. Style. Okay, so we've given the wrapper an ID of container. We're going to start it, or you know, before we just go to this stage here. Now that the document is done, we have to give it the body. We're going to start with the body, because all our document is within the window object, within the, you know, within the window. So we're going to start targeting the body. The body is the first thing you need to start with, because our website is right here, is between these two tags, okay. So the body, we're gonna give our body some styling, like always start with like font size. Always, not when you have a document, always give it the standard is between 14 and 16 pixels. Usually, sometimes you need to go 16 because some people they could not see the fine, kind of print. So between 14 and 16. Font size is 14. Let's do live. We go here. Come on. All right. So here, let's see our document here. You see now, like you see, the text here is line just underlined. It's kind of squished into each other. Like to solve that problem, we're gonna go with the line height, and usually give it between 1.5 m. Okay. All right. So and then we're going to give it a font, because your document has to be standard, right? Give it same font, size, at least the paragraphs and that. And then font family. Font family, we're going to do the Arial. Okay, because it's available in every computer. This is like a font, it's a web safe font. So let's save and see what's going to happen. Like refresh here. And nothing happened. It didn't save here. File, save, refresh. Yeah, you see the line height, it changed? Okay. And the font changed too. Like the font, this is subtle change. Let's change this. Command S. See the font changed? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna put it back into Arial. Let's make it a little big so that we can see the obvious changes. 17, let's say. That's too big. It's not recommended. Okay, like all right. Let's see. Kind of bigger. Okay. Yeah, just for the sake of this exercise, let's leave it that way. All right. So. Then we're done with the body. We give it its styling, okay? But still it's large, okay? It still like spans the entire window, okay? And that we don't want our website to look that. This when the CSS comes and does the job. This is styling comes into play. Okay, so here. Then let's target now this container, okay? Our website is here. Look at this. Look, when I click this, do you see anything? Like our website is in the container. Okay? It's in the, I clicked on this. See? See? This is like, it shows you like our site is within this container. So this container, we can do whatever we want with it. We can, position it, give it a width, a height, a background. Okay, we can manipulate it. So let's go and this ID we give it this div or this container, we give it the ID of what? Container. So we're gonna write with a container and preceded by a £sign or a hashtag. Then we're gonna open curly brace, close curly brace, hit 1, and then what do we want to target? So it's wide. So what the property is the width. It's very wide. Width. Okay. Always any container you target its height, its width. Most important, the width and the height, the margin and the padding. So the margin, the padding. So that's the box model. The margin is outside. and the padding is the inside. Okay, and then you give it a width and a height. And in here, this container, we're not going to give it a height. Why? Because it's our site. We don't know how many, boxes we're going to have. We don't know, like, our content. Just don't give it a height. It's going to be auto. The height is going to be automatic, because if you put the content, it's going to take the width of the content. You know what I mean? You don't need to specify. So in this case, we're gonna set the width to, well, let's say just 700 pixels. Okay. So we want just 700 pixels. We're gonna Command S, and then let's enlarge this so that you see the difference. See now how it expands. Let's see our website now. It just shrinks. If we want 7, if you want, usually any website, and they range between 1,000. Like YouTube is 1,000 pixel width, and there is a 1280. It's like the full size, 1280 or 1,000. I usually go with 1,000. 1,000, then they have some margin on the right and some margin on, and you have the enough real estate to use. But it makes it look good with some margins. Okay, so now, but we don't want our website to be on the left hand side. Sometimes you open a website and you see it on the side, right? In like now some websites. That's a mistake on the part of developers. They forgot to center the site. And you can see it centered in any device you use with one simple line, which we're going to see now. So we said we want to center. So do you have any, can you guess? We're going to play on the margins. We're going to say margin auto. What does this mean? You tell the browser, go to this document and give it a margin from left and right exactly the same. Okay. So Command S. And then let's give it a background too, so that you could see the difference. Okay. Background. Let's see. A background of CCC. This is like a dark gray color. And Command S. Now let's put the full width and let's refresh. We got ourselves a website in the center, but it looks ugly, right? Like, what's the problem? Like, you see the container, like the text bumps into. So what do we need here? Say it again. Padding, yeah. So we're gonna give it a padding, so that to make it look good. Let's go back to our CSS, and then usually a padding of no more. I would always go 20 pixels. Some people they go even 30, which is too much. Control S. But we can see here, like, and you can play with. It's see now. It's kind of, yeah. We have ourselves like there is a breathing room now. The text is not bumping into. Yeah, let's just give it another 5 pixels, make it look up, just 5, then Command S, and let's see here. Okay, so let's refresh. Good, yeah. Now it's kind of okay. Right, so now let's target other items. So in our picture, the image is like wrapping to the left and the text wraps around it. So what property do we use? So to make our image here and the text here. So now our image is right here and the text is here. So we need to have this effect. To? Like which element we're gonna target first? Image. So we're gonna target I. img. So in this case, we have one image in the text. But if you have a lot, you need to give them classes. If you have 3 images, you have to specify which image you want to float. Otherwise, you're going to float all the images you have in the document. So you have to give them classes or IDs or classes most of the time. So here the image, and then what's the property? We want to bring the image here. We're going to float it left. Okay. Well, let's see what's going to happen. Command S. There we go. It floated to the left. Now, yeah, we're gonna give it a breathing room. Like, let's see how it looks. Now our website is coming along. So when we float an element, we take it from the normal flow of HTML. Okay, you know, it's no longer in its the regular flow of the document. It is floating on the left side. Now let's give some room. What do we need here? Because it's bumping into this text. A padding or a margin. Margin. Yeah. Because you cannot pad. It's not in a container, so yeah. So okay, so we're gonna give it the margin of. We have to specify the margin now, because we want a margin to the right. Okay, we can give it some margin there. So we gotta be explicit. Margin right. Let's give it at 10 pixels. I think would do. Yeah, and then margin bottom of 5 pixels. Let's save. Command S. Let's enlarge this to make it look right here. We're gonna give it a little more margin to the right. Yeah, it's still not that good. I mean, yeah, I would go just go to here and 15. Command S. All right, so now we're looking good with the image and stuff. So all right, so now, like, to manipulate the elements, you have to put them in a box. It's easy to move them. Okay, we can put other boxes within this box. That's what I was explaining, nesting. The HTML elements can be nested within other elements. Then you have each one tag, a text, the stuff. You put it in a box, and then easy to manipulate, to put to the left, to the right, to float left, to float to the right, to put in the center. Okay, so let's move on to the next element. So now let's go back to our image. So we're good here. We've done this, and then skills. So we come to style the list. Okay, so list. So this list has a background, like a darker background, right? Okay. So let's do something like this. Let's just give one like F8. No. F8. Okay. Command S. Yeah. So just we want to give it a lighter color. We want too much. I would go just 3. Make it a little darker. or wider? You know what? Yeah, it's kind of lighter now. Yeah. So, no. So in this image we have this list. It has a dark background, and it has like kind of a zebra styling kind of thing here. So how can we achieve that? So the background color, what element should we target? UL, the unordered list. So what do we say? Background. Yeah, you could say background color too. Background color is the most correct one. Yeah, background color. Yeah. Background color, let's say, yeah, CCC. It's kind of darker. Command S, let's see. So we were targeting this, right? So we give the UL, we're giving it background of CC, which is a darker shade. Refresh right here. But the problem now, this does not like this. You see here we have some breathing room on top and bottom. Okay. So what's the property there? Padding. Padding. But remember, lists by default they come with margin. By default they have this margin right here. So what we need to add, just padding. They come with margin pad, but we add padding top and padding bottom. Padding top. Let's give it a, well, 10 pixels. And padding bottom at 10 pixels too. Command S. Let's see what's gonna happen. Let's make it larger. So okay, so it's bumped up. Now it has, it's pretty much looking like the other one, right? Not there, but coming. Yeah. So now we move to the zebra effect thing, right? Blue, black, blue, black, blue, black. Remember?
Yeah.
How we achieve this?
Yeah.
So what's the element we're gonna target?
It's LI.
Li. Well, okay, Li. Within, it's a UL, then Li. Okay. Then, yeah. Nth dash child. Curly braces. So what does this mean? Like, take every other child, go to the UL, then take every other child, and in the every odd child, and make it color, you know, sky blue. Make it a little outstanding. Let's go to our document here. Sky blue. Let's save. Let's like widen this up. Let's see what's gonna happen. There we go. But I mean, it's not. Yeah, we don't want to keep that color right there. We're just gonna give it like a blue. Command S. Then refresh. There we go. So we achieved this, you know, the zebra effect styling. Okay, so now we have to go up to the document, and our headings, they have kind of styling, right? They have the same color. So if you want to style two elements at once, like H1 comma H2 color, let's give them blue to match that thing. Yeah, I know colors are not the best ones, but design. Okay, so Command S, let's make this big. Okay, so and refresh. All right. Yeah, it's an ugly color, but let's give it like a kind of dark color, a little bit. Dark blue, I think would look better. Yeah, it's better. Okay, so yeah, you see how easy it's kind of very easy. You know, you start with the elements. You can, this is how, if you like any website like out there, you can do the mockup. It's called a mockup, like image of it, take it to Photoshop. I normally, you know, some developers do Photoshop and they slice it. I just write it with the HTML. I see the image and I, you know, convert it into HTML. I don't want to slice anything in Photoshop or something. I go to a wireframe, you know, or I just, you know, look at the image and I write the HTML. But if you slice it in the Photoshop, it brings the HTML and then you have to clean the HTML. It's personally, I don't like that process. I just but anyway, you can look at any markup and then you can convert it into. But here we can take this, like if you know your elements, we can take this to a next level, like the list. Let's do some styling to this list because I need to show you something about lists. Okay, UL. Yeah, we're gonna do it right here. So if we want our images, we don't want this. We want to bring our images, our like things. I don't like that. Yeah, we could. If you know what I mean, we could bring, you know, images and put them there, small. So how we can achieve that? Like list style image, and then do the URL, which means where it is. URL is Uniform Resource Locator. It locates your resources. Uniform Resource Locator. This WW is a Uniform Resource Locator too. It's kind of a path to something. So where is our images? They're in images, and then I have them here. You know this tiny thing? You know, I like this editor, it just helps you. Tiny PNG, okay, and then semicolon. Then when you bring your images, it overrides this. These, they're gonna just disappear. Let's enlarge this and refresh. I didn't save, maybe. Images. Yeah, that's correct. And the image is here. You see it? When you click, it's right there. So file, save. Yeah, we didn't save. Let's enlarge this and then refresh. There we go. You see our tiny thing. This is how CSS is. This is how you could manipulate every tiny element in the document. This is how, like, if you understand the HTML, you can target any element and you can do any layout you want. You know, template. There's guys who develop templates. That's a front-end development. They do HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You could do a template with HTML and CSS3. We're gonna come up to that. We can do animation with CSS3. Things that animate, you know, when they are. But the point here is you can target the tiniest element as an LI within a list. And then here, we can take it even further, this list. You know, these, you know, the styling, it can be inside or outside the list. Okay, so we want it to be inside the list. I'll explain to you. List style position. We're gonna do inside. Inside. See what's gonna happen here. Like when we do Command S, see what's gonna happen right here. Let's make this large. See, they shrink back a little bit. Now, when we give it a background color, you're gonna see the effect. So now, we don't want them outside. We want them inside. So that we can style this list items. So we wanna style each list item and give it a different background. So we're gonna go to the LI, yeah, and we're gonna give it a background of, let's say, yeah, FE. Okay, no. I want to keep the zebra thing. I'm gonna do it here. Color blue. Background. FE. Command S. You see? But here, like you see here, they're going a little bump into. Okay, so let's do that. Let's give it some breathing room here. When I give them a padding of like, well, 5 pixels. Yeah. Command S. Refresh. See, now they have like a breathing room. But let's just I don't want to target this here. I want to target the LI. Take the Command X, because I want to target all the LIs. Yeah, Command V. You see that all the LIs now are good, okay? But kind of we want to keep these outside. These. Let's target the UL and give it a background color of. Let's give it a padding of, let's say, 20 pixels. Let's change the background color of, let's say, dark blue. Command S. It's a little bit here. See, I mean, now this kind of color is kind of. So when we get a breathing room, like, let's change that color. It's kind of it's too dark. Let's give it. All right, let's just give it here, dark blue. No. Let's give it just. What's the color of that one? E. Yeah. Command S. Yeah, now it's, you see the list kind of. Let's just give it some. You see how, I mean this is, we take usually a list, just leave it the way it is. Just the point I'm trying to make here is just you can make any styles you want. Just you need to understand the elements and the CSS selectors to use to target an element in the page. Okay. We're going to talk about floating right, floating left. We'll do this. أنت بحال اد float هذه أنت غير اد float هذه. This is the last thing we're going to say. Yeah. And float إلا بغينا نديرها في الجهة الأخرى تنديرو غير float right. يا هذاك المهم فاش تعرف الاليمنت ديالك you can do anything you can do. ويب سايت كامله ديرها بحال سيركل وفوق هذه فهمتي فاش تعرف ستايلي وهذا you can play with the stuff. هنا شايه ولات هنايا. It's just let's take these two divs because we don't want them. They're just this up there. Command S. Let's go back to, and simplicity has to be just simple as ABC.
Yep.
Good.